Hi guys, Bowden here. We've got a new DayZ update just around the corner, so I'm going to give you a little preview now of some of the features that are going to be coming up in the new update. Today we'll be looking at some of the changes they're going to be making with the weapons, and we'll also be looking at some new fuel cans which should help some of you lone wolves out there survive the zombie apocalypse, so hope you enjoy. Okay, so let's talk about weapons in this new DayZ update. First of all, we'll talk about the new weapons which have been added. They've added a Makarov SD which will spawn at military spawn sites, so that's stuff like barracks, the hangars, fire stations and also the military tents. There's also going to be an RPK-74 which is quite a good addition. It's one of the Russian weapons, similar to an AK but with bigger magazine sizes. And that will spawn at the Mi-8 Helicrash, which is actually a new type of Helicrash, so that's one to look out for. Now we'll just quickly mention the weapons which have been taken out of the mod, namely the AS-50 anti-material rifle and the M107. So this is quite a big change. Obviously the AS-50 is the bane of a lot of people's lives. It's what's to be feared in Electro. I particularly remember one of my first DayZ experiences running away from, I think it was both an AS-50 and an M107 shots in Electro. I don't know how they got down there. I think that's when hacking was rife in the DayZ community. But they are finally being removed. My quick thoughts on that? I think, as long as they're rare, I don't really see them as that much of an issue. My actual personal opinion on the most overpowered weapon in the game is actually the DMR, because it can be used effectively at both short range and long range, coupled with the fact that there's no skill involved because it's semi-automatic. You can just spam it until someone's dead, whereas at least the AS-50 there is a little gap between shots, so if you miss someone with the first shot you can get punished for it. You know, that's good. You know, it probably is a bit too high powered for DayZ, but I'd rather they would have taken the DMR out and swapped it for maybe something like a VSS Ventures, or somewhat similar to an SVD, maybe a different SVD variant. I also would like to add on the subject of the AS-50 being overpowered. I think the reason the AS-50 and the M107 are overpowered is just due to the fact that if they got rid of the weapon slot in backpacks, then less people would use them, because yeah, you'd be deadly from long range, but the moment someone meets you at short range, that ability to change to an assault rifle, that's a deadly combination. So there's no trade-off for not having an AS-50. Like, if you had to have it at all times and your only other option was a pistol, then I think you'd find less people going around with them. So that's my opinion anyway. But yeah, so the AS-50 and M107 are out of the game at last. And the last final thing about weapons, they've added crafting, which I'll go into in a second, which will mean that all weapons, the only way to upgrade them will be by adding an attachment. So my understanding of that is all weapons will spawn in their most basic form, so that'll be stuff like just an M16A4 or an M4A1, so that's without any scopes, without any grenade launchers, flashlights, that sort of thing. So that's going to be a really good change actually, and something which will make it feel a lot more personal having your own weapon. You can craft it to be how you like, so some of you will like your red dot sight, some will like a grenade launcher attachment, and some will like an ACOG scope. So it's going to be cool. I just hope that it doesn't, again, create some overpowered combinations. I don't want to see people running around with DMRs with red dots on and then with a 12 times scope zoom in their backpack, because I'm not putting any ideas in anyone's head, but that would be unbelievably overpowered. So we'll see how that goes, but attachments, some of which will be in the standalone as well, and we'll see how it goes in the mods. So yeah, that's what's going on with weapons. Another new item appearing in the DayZ update is the new 5-litre fuel can. Now this is to complement the currently available 20-litre jerry can, and it will take up 1 inventory slot in your gear as opposed to 3 inventory slots which the jerry can currently takes up. Now I think this change will help lone rangers who don't have the inventory space to carry around full jerry cans while also carrying around all their medical gear, weapons, food. just to give you an idea of how long it would take to fill up some of the vehicles with this new fuel can, I'll give you a few examples of some vehicles and how long it would take to fill them up. So we've got the ATV, or motorcycle, which have a 30 litre fuel compartment. So that would take 6 fuel cans to fill them up, which isn't too bad actually. So that would just mean 5 trips to the... so fill it up once, then go back to the whichever fuel station you're at and fill it up again. So that's 6 fuel cans to fill up in total. A boat has a 100 litre fuel compartment, so that would take 20 fuel cans to fill up. A Jeep or a pickup or any sort of car have a 200 litre fuel compartment, so that would be 40 fuel cans to fill one of them up. And finally, the grand old helicopter, the end game of DayZ, that has a 1,000 litre fuel compartment, so that would take 200 fuel cans to fill up, so you might be there for a little while trying to fill that one up. Alright, so that's the end of my little preview for the new update for today. If you want to see more previews, let me know on the channel. There's plenty more stuff in the update which I didn't talk about, such as the new zombies. So let me know in the comments if you like that sort of thing. And if you like DayZ squad play, I mean my subs know all this already, but please subscribe to my channel. There's lots of squad play, a few guides, a few map guides, and I've also got a new series going on the Machinima UK channel right now called DayZ World. So if you like that sort of thing, then head over to the Machinima UK channel. I'll put a link in the description. Thank you, and I'll see you all very soon.